Welcome again to another installment of my YouTube channel. Well, today we're going to continue with more information literacy, and today we are going to be talking about research strategies, right? So, the thing you know about a research strategy is that it's going to be a pre-planned method of collecting information that you're going to use for different tasks. I would say mostly we are going based on questions, right? You have a certain question and you're looking for a strategy of how you're going to research it, right? Okay. So the thing about a research strategy is that it has key points, right? The key things that you're going to need in a research strategy. The first is of course the question, right? And now the thing about this question is that it should not be vague. It should not be a type of question whereby you cannot find other related ways of getting that information. It should be a bit I would say as you say it should be clear, not vague at all. So the second thing, now this you will now need the keywords in that so-called question. That's the second thing you will need. So this question should have certain keywords that you should map out, and you're going to be searching in this context. So you should be able to map out the keywords of the question, because they are very necessary when you're putting up the research strategy. So you will also need database selections, right? You will need proper information sources, and right here I'm going to show you just how you can get them. Okay, all right, so we are going to use my search engine, which is of course Google Chrome. I pick my profile and I start searching about I'm going to use something called Google Scholar, right? This is the tool we are going to use, Google Scholar. It's actually offered by Google, so we can just search it and type it. Now in Google Scholar we're going to come up with a topic or question that we're going to use from here, and then I show you how to generate the so-called information, so that you can see how to get authentic and serious information you can use for maybe your academic papers, so on and so on. Okay, so as you remember, I told you we should not get something vague, something too large. I would say you just write corruption, right? So as you know, corruption is something very huge. I've not said exactly what I want from it. Let me show what happens when I tap on it to bring us so many articles. So when we're using these articles to back up our information, and we're going to use these articles to help us back up our information with proper citations, right? So as you can see, they will bring you a lot of information about corruption, right? A lot of articles. So let's narrow it down, right? Let's reduce the amount of information by properly getting a question or a topic that is not that huge or vague, right? So that we can narrow down our options and we can have the exact articles that we are looking for. So now I am now going to, instead of just using the broad word of corruption, I am going to come and I am going to say let's say effects of corruption on the East African economy, and I make a search, right? Okay, so as you can see, now I have a lot of I would say keywords, right? Effects, corruption, East African economy, right? Now as you can see that what the search has brought for me. It has brought for me multiple articles that I can use that have the effects of corruption on East Africa in different ways. Effect of corruption on economic growth of Eastern Africa, corruption and investment in East Africa. As you can see, they will keep on bringing for me things that have my keywords, right? Exactly. Now, in one of my videos, my previous videos, I showed you how to use Boolean operators, and this is going to be a very good time to use them so that we can improve our search. Alright, so you remember that when I was talking about Boolean operators, there was the and, or, not, right? Those are the main ones I was talking about. So I'm going to use in this one I'm going to just show you how I can use some of them. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to use and or in this case, right? So let's use, now you can see my initial thing was effects and solutions of corruptions in East Africa, right? So let's first chop that off. Now, Boolean operators normally in full capital letters. Now let me show you how I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to say, I'm going to use my, what would I call them? I'm going to use my keywords, which is corruption, right? And East Africa, and effects or impacts and solutions or prevention or strategies, and I press search. Right? So what this is going to do for me, it's going to, remember what and does. And is going to give me both of them. So they will, in all my searches, they will have both corruption and East Africa should be there, and effects as well, right? As you can see. So in corruption there will be both. There should be in all my things there should be corruption, East Africa, effects and solutions, right? So now this or is going to, it means that effects alone can be there, impacts alone can be there, or both effects and impacts will be there. So as you can see, I've used and or in this situation, and has organized my work effectively in this way. That has given me articles that have that are according to what I wanted. As you can see, everything is there. Corruption in Africa, causes, consequences, and cleanups. As you can see, then there's this one of adverse effects of corruption in East Africa. Then there's this one that has corruption in Africa and its potential solutions. Let's use this one, right? So the beauty of this is that it will already be properly cited, and you will not be a victim to plagiarism, right? Everything here is legal, as you can see. So I'm going to tap on this PDF, and it will show me what I'm going to use exactly, right? I'm going to take a bit of time, sorry about that. So when it opens up, as you can see, there will be a full PDF having all of this, and I can use this formation. It even has a table of content, as you can see. It has an introduction, a biography, and yeah, as you can see, all about corruption. And I can use these in my academics, or if I want to make my own, but whereby I can properly cite, since I already have all the information we need here. Alright, I believe I've shown you what to do. If you need anything, you can ask me in the comments. Thank you for listening to me.